What is up, you guys? Pete DiCarlo here with DiCarlo Capital, and today I want to show you guys how I use Blackbox in order to find trades. We're going to go over specifically how to read flow and what I consider personally to be a good flow or a bad flow. Now, if you guys want to join Blackbox, there is a link in the description which will support the channel. As I always say, I will always be transparent. I don't think that you need Blackbox. Like, if you only have a couple of $1,000s and you don't want to spend $100 a month on this software, you don't need it to be a good trader. Is it helpful? Of course it is. So I will always preface by saying that I'm not going to, be somebody to be like, you need to have this software, but it is something that always, will help if you are somebody who's a seasoned trader and you just want to refine or get an eye on what big money is doing. I plan to make a good amount of videos on Blackbox. Number one, because I love the software. Number two, a Blackbox video I did a while ago is actually my highest viewed video. So it seems like a lot of people are interested in this type of content. So I think that that's what I'm really going to stick through. Start talking a lot more about this, selling cash secured puts, put credit spreads, etc., because a lot of you guys have been watching those videos. So the goal of this video is, like I said, to go through, show you guys flows, go through the alert system, take a look at some actual trades you could have taken, because I called these out within our group, which I do have Blackbox's approval in sharing these things. You just can't share it, do a live stream of it, but in sharing this content, and take a look at how you could have made a profit off that and timing it and whatnot. So hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, check out our Discord. It's completely free. The link is in the description. You guys get access to free courses, live streams, seminars, webinars, as well as a ton of other free content. We're over 6,000 members strong within our community. And our goal in 2022 is to be the biggest and best free trading community out there. Now, let's talk about some Blackbox. Now, Blackbox, this is how it normally looks. You can kind of see the left is cut off just a little bit. The reason I actually do this is so I have an ultra wide and it's hard for you guys to see, but this is how the rest of it will look. And we're just going to go over what I consider important today. I will go over the stock side later if you want, comment down below. But today I'm just going to go over kind of like the dark pool section and the unusual options flow, because that's like the main thing that I use. So this is how it normally works. We are on the options side. You can see over here, this is the option side. There's a stock and an option side. But on the stock side here, you can see this is your alert log. One of the biggest things that I can preface with using Blackbox is that every single alert is not useful. Like 99.9%, I wouldn't say 99.9, but about 95% of the alerts that come through are usually nothing we care about. Even 7-Star Mike, which is somebody who's, I think he's a moderator, he's been there for a very, very long time over at Blackbox, will even say 95% is usually useless. We're looking for three major things. This is like one of the criteria I look for: size, time, and urgency when we're looking at flow. So you can see a ping for Square actually just came up. We can take a look at what that ping was. So if you type in the ticker SQ, you're going to see this is going to show you all of the flow for the day, but you can come down here to the bottom and hit the alerts tab, and this is going to show the alert that just came through. So this is a roulette bearish flow. So if we click on it and we go back to flow, it's going to isolate just that flow. So the expiration date this Friday, so not a lot of time, a couple of days, so that doesn't hit my time requirement. Strike is 142, which is not too far from the current price now, but still the urgency is there because it's coming in at the ask and it's a sweep, and the value, so value here 75,000. It's really, personally, in my opinion, not a lot of money. So it doesn't hit the size, it doesn't hit the time, but it does hit urgency. So this is not something that I would probably personally follow. Those are the three things that I'm looking for. Now, size, time, and urgency is relative compared to what the strike is. So for instance, let's look at something that I actually did trade early this morning and I sold way too early, but that's Apple. So I'm kind of give you guys an understanding of why I took this position and in real time what I thought about this trade. So first thing, so that you guys can see, I don't know why this just did that. There we go. So one thing for you guys to see, just so you know we're not bullshitting you, I'll go back and I will go to the My Positions tab. So I did call this trade out to my team. But this morning I did hit this Apple. I said entry $100 Apple for a day trade, and then I exited 100 Apple. I made $54. $54. Now, if I would have held, I probably would have made about $300 to $400. But still, we ended up calling this out, and this for a couple of reasons, right? We'll go to the 1 minute and let's talk about the flow, because it's the first thing that piqued my curiosity. So at 9:56, we had some Apple flows come through, and it was, I believe, a roulette bullish flow. So let's go to the alerts. 956, you can see right now you'd be up 65%, but this is the alert. So it was a 325 165 call rapid fire bullish. So usually if I'm day trading, I'll follow a rapid fire if it hits my criteria. So if we isolate the flow, this is just that flow that came through. You can see that it was all the same exact strike, 165, same exact date, so this Friday. So because it's a 325, it's probably a day trade or max a one night hold. Plug is one that came through yesterday. And if I would have held my plug calls, I'd be up almost 5 grand, but I don't like to hold weeklies overnight. But overall, same exact strike, same exact date, and it has urgency. Why? Sweeps means it all came through on one exchange. Blocks, I don't care about seeing a block unless it's followed and accompanied by other sweeps. So all sweeps, and most of these are AA. So AA means above the ask. Now, above the ask is extremely important when we're looking at the urgency of this position that they're taking, because it shows that they don't give a shit what the price is. They just want to get in. Like, for instance, think of it like a bidding on, let's say like an Xbox, and you're bidding on an Xbox on eBay and the bid is $150. That's what someone's offering for it. And then someone comes in at 180. Right? That's so far above what that person was asking and what the original bid is that it shows that they just want this Xbox. And that's what we're looking for when we're looking at above the ask. Like when I see AAs, it means they're trying to get in right now because they're expecting a move to happen quickly. So I didn't even see these 1035s. I just saw these 3 come through at 956. And I was like, okay, this is enough. We don't have time, right? Because this is going to be a day trade, but still it's enough to pique my curiosity because they're hitting it back to back to back. We have urgency all above the ask. The 3 that came through were all above the ask. And it's not a ton of money, but still, it was about $300,000. And the whole size issue, this is something that, like, the more you use the platform and the more you watch flow, the better you'll gauge it, right? $300,000 is not a lot in Apple. $300,000 in weekly calls that were at the time in the money is a lot. That's a lot of money. Now, if they were out until April or June and it was $300,000, I'd be like, maybe if it's out till June, that's not that much money. But this is what piqued my curiosity. And at the time, I will actually go back. You can see I highlighted this. At the time, I was watching this bull flag breakout on the VWAP. And I'll actually go back and I will go to, I think I put it in the trade ideas. Yeah, so in the trade ideas section of our Discord, I put here watching Apple for the move up to 166.75. So we had that flow. It hit everything that I was looking for. We had this bull flag at the time of entry, right? Because you're not just going to, some people do, but I don't just take a flow for the hell of it just because someone's taking it. Big money can be wrong. But at the time we had this bull flag, we were down on VWAP. RVR is really good, which is risk first reward. I know what my setup's going to be. I wanted to get weekly calls, but I just was like fumbling around on my phone like an idiot. So I just hit it with like $10,000 worth of shares, which is why I only made $50. And my goal was to sell at about 168 to potentially 167, which you can see I sold way too early. But at the time we had that set up, hits all my criteria. It bounces. I sit here, didn't hit with enough money, but if you got weeklies or something, you're probably printing. Final price target hit on Apple right up here at about 167. So you can see at the time, because there's a lot of urgency, Apple ran about 1% in a minute. And if you're just trading shares like I was with about $10,000, I didn't hit it enough, whatever, things happen. You probably didn't make that much money, but if you hit weeklies, that person printed, and you can see like I sold way too early, which happens, right? Like it happens. But still, from the time of that call out till right now, Apple is up 1.7%. And if we go over, I wrap this up in the testimonial section, but if you take a look here, you would have actually been up 53% only 45 minutes later. And if we actually take a look now, let's go to the alert section. You see here 75%. You would have made a 75% return if you held that Apple call since this morning. So you can see that this is very, very, very powerful. Same situation happened with Facebook. We'll make one more example here. Same situation happened with Facebook this morning. And you can see these Facebook calls are up 50%. But same situation, same exact strike, 215s, same exact expiration date this Friday, above the ask sweeps, which is exactly what I look for, at about $500,000. And since then, you can see Facebook broke out from 213 all the way up to 220. Same situation happened with Microsoft, right? Microsoft was one that I called out to the team this morning as well. Rapid fire bullish flow, you'd be up 40% right now. Of course, these are decaying at a rapid speed because they're weeklies, but still, this is the flow that came through. Same exact date, same exact strike, above the ask mainly, sweeps with one block, and about $400,000 worth of calls. So that's what I look for, right? That's what I look for when I'm taking a position. Now, I can talk about alpha golds and a lot of other stuff in different videos because this video is already 10 minutes long, but that's the power of flow. And a lot of people say to me, like, why do you rely on flow so much? Let me tell you, I've been trading full-time for 8 years. Don't fight against the grain, right? If big money and hedge funds and these whales have more money, more experience, more time, and most of all, more resources, why would we not follow them, right? Why try to make things harder on yourself when you can just follow somebody who has way more money, resources, and just make your life easier? Like I said, this is not needed. Just because you get a software like Blackbox doesn't mean that you know how to read it, right? It's like if I had a treasure map in Spanish, like, I don't know how to read Spanish, so like it's useless to me. So you still have to learn how to do it. So if you guys want more videos like this, more explaining, please let me know. Comment down below. Check out our Discord. It's completely free. Link is in the description. You get access to free courses, live streams, seminars, webinars, and if you want access to all of my trades, you can actually go to our Discord, which is free, like I said, and go to the upgrade section. And you'll get access to all of my trades. Today alone, we closed out like $2,000 in profits using Blackbox. So go check it out, guys. Thanks for all the support. Peace.